Johnny Depp wins the trial. After 3 days of deliberation, the jury returns a verdict in Johnny Depp's defamation trial against Amber Heard. A Virginia jury determined today that Johnny Depp won his defamation trial against Amber Heard. The 7-member jury has just delivered a judgment to the packed courtroom that the Aquaman star did insult the former Pirates of the Caribbean actor with actual malice in a late 2018 Washington Post op-ed. Heard wrote about becoming the public face of domestic abuse. Depp was seeking $50 million in damages, but the jury granted him $15 million, split evenly between compensatory and punitive damages. However, Judge Penney Azcarate promptly reduced the punitive damages award to $350,000, the state's maximum amount. One of Heard's allegations that she was defamed when Depp's attorney Adam Waldman said in an interview that she and her friends set the actor up with an ambush, a prank, on the night of the couple's argument in May 2016, was upheld by the jury. Heard received $2 million in compensatory damages from the jury, but no punitive damages. Depp was not in the courtroom when the verdict was handed on Wednesday because he had been traveling in the UK with friend Jeff Beck until Tuesday night. "The jury handed me my life back," he stated in a statement. "I feel incredibly humbled." The actor's representatives announced earlier today that he will be watching the civil case verdict from the United Kingdom. As the verdict was given, Heard looked down, then looked up as the jurors were polled. After the jury had left, she swiftly exited the courthouse, followed by her counsel. She issued a statement shortly after that. "I am heartbroken that the amount of evidence was insufficient to overcome my ex-enormous husband's power, influence, and sway," she added. The court had counsel from both sides contact him before the verdict was read out to discuss the fact that the jury did not mention damages on their verdict form at first. The jurors was sent out of the courtroom to put in a figure of at least $1, as instructed by the judge, implying that the lawyers and Heard already knew who had won. The story, which was written by the Acclu and published in the Jeff Bezos-owned broadsheet 3.5 years ago, did not identify Depp by name, but the actor maintained it was about him. Depp further alleged that the op-ed in 2018 devastated his already fading career. In addition, the former Oscar candidate stated that he was the one who was abused in his relationship with Heard, not the other way around. Aside from the fact that the couple's 2016 divorce deal forbade Depp from suing Heard over charges she made at the time, Depp never named the well-funded WAPO as a defendant, despite the fact that the publication publishes in Virginia. After failing to get the March 2019 lawsuit dismissed or relocated to a different jurisdiction, Heard countersued Depp for $100 million in the summer of 2020. The countersuit was based on comments made by her ex-former husband's lawyer and right-hand man Adam Waldman, who called Heard's allegations of abuse a hoax and false, among other things. That action came months before Depp filed a libel suit in the United Kingdom against Rupert Murdoch's The Sun tabloid for referring to him as the wife beater. The jury heard both Depp's 2019 lawsuit and Heard's 2020 countersuit. After questioning the court led by retired Marine Judge Azcarate yesterday about the headline that accompanied the WAPO op-ed, the jury formally began deliberations on May 27 after closing arguments were presented, with Heard's lawyers focusing in the final hours of the trial on the case's pretty fundamental First Amendment heart. Today's result demonstrates how important the free speech issue was to the jury. The explicit trial, which began on April 12 following jury selection, swiftly became a second divorce case for the couple, who were divorced in Los Angeles in 2016 in a temporary restraining order-tinged issue. The charges of physical, psychological, verbal, and sexual abuse against the fired Fantastic Beasts actor are buried in part under the widely disputed claims of physical, psychological, verbal, and sexual abuse against the. In the midst of the lurid deluge of the duo's relationship discoveries, the real defamation claim and its First Amendment principles that made up Depp's 2019 lawsuit against his ex-wife and Run Diary co-star were sometimes secondary or nearly disregarded. It's unclear whether Heard intends to appeal the decision or seek other types of legal remedy at this time. The names of the jurors will not be revealed by the state of Virginia for at least a year, according to an order from Azcarate. The First Amendment allows jurors to choose whether or not to expose their identities or speak publicly.